Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UVa LCS. My name is Seamus Anderson, and we are finally going to be getting into this game between the Season's Greeters and the Bare Naked Laners. Season's Greeters taking the red side and BNL on the blue for now. There was a small issue. The Season's Greeters will not be playing with the top laner they normally use. Instead, they're going to be having Porostar sub as their top laner, but because they were, since it was such a last-minute decision, they have lost 2 bans, essentially. UVa LCS semis, let's get that there. Let's get this over here. But the next ban, Akali and Aatrox, are both troll bans from the Season's Greeters, if they choose to not waste time and just want to go for it anyway. But yeah, here we are. So, Bare Naked Laners up against the Season's Greeters. BNL, of course, a long, storied team in the UVA LCS. They have been around for the last 3 semesters, winning the summer split, or I should say the spring split of last year. And, BNL this semester haven't done as great. I mean, they're still very good. They ended up being the 2nd seeded team from Group A, but not as great of a year as they had last year when they were just super dominant. On the other hand, Season's Greeters is a new team, relatively speaking. Their captain, Kane Kaiser Lee, is a first year this year, and surprisingly enough, for a free agent team, they have done really well. They were 10-2, the first ranked team of Group B. And yeah, they're going to lose 2 bans for every game. The reason why is the first ban is because they were late. The second ban is because this player is higher elo than their former top laner. So that's, considering it took so long to figure out a resolution, that's the punishment they get here. Looking at these picks and bans, so Porostar is going to be the top lane substitute for the Season's Greeters. Energy Rush locked into that first pick, Lux, which is a Mr. Cool Pants mainstay. Pretty curious though that they first picked it. I don't know if Kaiser plays it as well, and so they just put a lot of priority on it. But either way, it's definitely a very strong pick, and it's also one that's absolutely up BNL's comfort zone. And let's see, Porostar and Wildest Squirrel locking in Gnar and Jinx respectively. Jinx obviously is super strong hyper carry, and Squirrel is definitely one of the main sort of strong points that the Season's Greeters have. He and Kaiser are very good at playing very, carry-oriented styles, and Season's Greeters are very much a 2-threat team. Putting Wildest Squirrel, though, on Jinx is something that we've seen him play over and over in the LCS, and it's a very great success, so it's definitely something that the Bare Naked Laners need to be wary of, and they're going to try and find a way to shut him down. Scrubber Duck hovering over this Nautilus right now. If this is a Nautilus, that might be a top lane Shen and support Nautilus. Also, earlier in the split, XX Slayer's MMA was playing jungle. However, they've now switched him to the top lane, and instead it's Energy Rush playing in the jungle. It looks like Energy Rush, shoutouts to the real Rush, is actually going to be playing Lee Sin in the jungle and swapping that with Mr. Cool Pants. So that'll definitely be interesting. Kaiser now has his choice of last pick. Of course, it was, gonna be a Lux mid anyway, but they just wanted to see what the enemy team composition is running before they give their captain his choice of mid laner. There's a lot left open. Yeah, the Sona pick is questionable, but it's something that Scrubber Duck has been playing for years. I remember when he and I were first years, Sona was a champion that he and I played all the time, or he played as a support to my AD carry all the time, and it's, it's something that I don't know if he's played it very often lately, but it's something that he is comfortable with. Hold on. Energy Rush saying this game is dedicated to me because I've reborn myself as a one-trick pony Lee Sin player. But Kaiser is going to be taking an Ahri into the mid lane. So very strong assassin, very excellent at roaming across the map and snowballing the team in his favor. Let's see how they do though. Is this actually going to be Barcode Guardian supporting Wild Squirrel and Botox now in the jungle? I think actually that the Season's Greeters told me about this later, or later in the semester, that they actually role swapped as well. That Botox used to be the support, but now he's the jungler instead. They've been very successful with that strategy, so let's see how it works out. Bare Naked laners don't have as strong tanks as Season's Greeters. Actually, I don't even know if that's the case, because both Lee Sin and Shen are quite tanky. Shen being a super tank, Lee Sin being able to go bruiser tank build. And Sona doesn't need to be a tank, you know. If you have a strong tank already, a bruiser champion, having that strong engage from Sona, and AoE engage as well, is very, very good. There is a lot of potential catch if a light binding lands or a Sona crescendo hits multiple members, or even just a taunt lands for the Bare Naked laners. They can single out the squishy champions of the Season's Greeters very, very quickly. On the other hand, though, the pick potential from the Greeters is pretty strong as well. You know, they can land that straight charm, they can land a hook, they can even land a really good Jinx sap that like slows the Sona down or something. That could be a huge problem. But the name of the game is really just going to be how Porostar adapts this composition, because he is the substitute player. I don't actually think they've ever played with him before. The form determines that the fact that Seamoose is a Lee Sin player to be a lie. No, dude, I'm a Lee Sin one trick now. Check my match history, dude. It's true. The thing is, I love playing AD carry, but I hate the bot lane. Also, I'm just like trolling right now during the preseason, but I actually do really love playing Lee Sin. I do think that the Season's Greeters do have a stronger tank line. They have both Botox and Porostar, who are going to be very tanky on Zac and Gnar. And then Thresh is also considered, you know, generally decently tanky. But I don't really see a huge flaw between either of these two teams. They're both pretty well-rounded. Both of them can team fight well. Both of them have decent amount of mobility in and of itself. And we'll just have to see how this works out. Luke, the agreement we came to between the captains, this isn't BS. Both the captains agreed to this, and the Season's Greeters were punished for it, and they would much rather play with their own top laner instead, but there was a personal matter, and it was sort of a last-minute substitution, so... More sustained damage from every member. Between drawn-out fights, I think that actually Season's Greeters are stronger. There's a ton of burst potential from the Bare Naked laners in general, but Jinx is just such a sustained mega threat. And unless Mr. Coolpants and How to Win get super high cooldown reduction and can consistently throw out those spells, as it gets further and further into the late game, the Season's Greeters will start to outscale the Bare Naked laners. So the spectator delay has been wound down. We will be getting into the game very, very shortly. Oh, I'm looking outside my window and it is a beautiful day right now. But I'm happy that you're all joined with me. Of course, watching this game of League of Legends, much more important than spending time in the sun. And then again, it is December, so I guess we're just pretending that it's crappy, cold weather outside anyway. Cosplaying bad weather and just staying indoors, Kappa. And that is true as well. Yeah, there is a point difference between these two players, but the Season's Greeters were below the cap anyway, if I'm not mistaken, or they were very close. This is a one-time thing, though. It's not a big deal. Like, you guys might be confused about the ranking of the players and stuff, but everyone has agreed that the substitution is unlikely to make a game-changing impact, and both captains are okay with taking the 2 bans for the different player. And honestly, considering the elo difference isn't that large anyway, and the fact that the Season's Greeters are losing a player they've played with over and over and over, I think I actually favor the Bare Naked laners just in terms of they got the better end of the bargain. That being said, the season's greeters are the favored team simply because they have the higher seed, so this game in general is probably going to be very close. Hope I just didn't disconnect. Nope, there we go. So we have entered the Summoner's Rift. And just a sweet, hold on. Where is that overlay? We seem to have lost our super sweet spectator overlay. That's a little unfortunate. Come on. Oh wait, I got it. I found it. And there we go. So
welcome to Summoner's Rift.
let me move this to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second semifinal of the fall split UVa LCS. Bare Naked Laners on the blue side taking on the Season's Greeters on the red side. Both teams trying to compete for the prize pool of, you know, well over a few $1,000s worth of peripherals. As long as they make top two, they're guaranteed to get really sweet swag, some headsets, keyboards as well. But of course, they will also get RP. The first place team manages to obtain a lot of RP as well as Triumphant Rise. So there's a lot on the line for this. And then of course, the good old-fashioned glory and honor of being the UVA LCS Fall Split Champion for 2015. And it wouldn't be the UVA LCS without the UVA LCS pause. So might be a little bit before we actually get into the game. Hopefully not too long, since I don't think anyone was complaining about lag issues before the game had started. Here we go. Shen is lagging. That is unfortunate. UVA pause. Let's go. Yeah, that's... Oh, it is tradition. It cannot be an official UVA LCS game without a UVA LCS pause, which is surprising because if I'm not mistaken, yesterday we actually made it through the game without a single pause. I'm telling you, once we get a subscriber button, that's the first emote I'm applying for is a UVA pause game. Alright, pause emote. So let's see. The game timer is at 1, 2, 3 right now. So for those of you who don't know, the 123rd Pokemon of the Pokedex is Scyther. Just fun fact of the day pertaining to 1, 2, 3. Minions will spawn in... Actually, minions have spawned, but the jungle camps will spawn in 17 seconds. And it looks like we're just going to have a pretty standard start, as both bot lanes have congregated around the bottom half of the map to support their jungler. Hopefully we don't have any more lag issues and we can get started. So NRG Rush, playing this Lee Sin. Lee Sin is such a cool champion. It's pretty funny that NRG Rush is such a troll. Has the name NRG Rush for Cloud9's jungler, who is a big fan of Lee Sin. He actually recently put out a guide of the champion, like a 10-minute video guide, which is really in-depth that I would recommend anyone to go check out. The Scrubber Duck, unfortunate. I do know that Shen lives off grounds, so he doesn't actually live near the rest of his team, and if that's the issue that they're having, is that he's the one lagging, then might be his internet connection out in the Boondocks is a bit of a problem. But one thing we can point out here, the Sona might not be a very tanky pick, but look how much poke she can apply. Jinx is a champion that is okay in the lane phase, but really gets stronger as the game goes on. And Lucian Sona is such a strong harass and bully lane, and we can really see just from one Q. It's probably going to be a pretty hard lane for Wild Squirrel and Barcode Guardian, unless Barcode Guardian can land some really nice abilities and maybe they can pick up a kill here. Both supports have exhaust, so who knows. Gonna reset, he lives like 100 miles. Yeah, I do know that the Shen from Bare Naked Laners lives really far away. I did not know that he usually goes to McDonald's actually to play his games, though. I don't know if that's actually true. That's pretty funny. The stronger mid laner between these two players is, in general, the players are both at the same level. I think they're both Diamond 5. So as far as skill is concerned, they're very, very close. Lux versus Ahri is actually a matchup that Lux wins in the early game, but as soon as Ahri gets level 6, it becomes much, much more difficult. That being said, it doesn't become a matchup heavily in favor of Ahri, though, because the Lux, like, the way the Lux-Ahri matchup works is that Lux can harass for a very long time with a relative impunity. It's not particularly easy to land the Ahri Q compared to the Lux E, and then, of course, Lux has the follow-up damage if she applies the auto attacks as well. Plus, the light binding also goes through minions, or can, where the charm from Ahri is much shorter range and generally doesn't. So the Lux should be able to find an early game advantage, get a significant minion lead, or not significant, but you know, after a couple of levels, have a decent minion lead, and then once both of them get level 6, you know, this is all theoretically, the Lux should have the early level 6 and should try to push the wave as well as she can, and then either recall or actually go and roam. That's generally how I feel like the Lux can really get a huge foothold in this matchup. If she keeps the pressure on the Ahri player and actually roams before the Ahri can get a roam off, that'll be really, really good. However, if both of the mid laners CS evenly and then Ahri gets her ultimate up and then can go all in and land a charm, then Mr. Coolpants going to be really big trouble, because once the Lux gets charmed, she's going to be taking a huge amount of damage, and it's not as if she can easily get out. Even if you landed a light binding onto the Ahri at that point, she's going to have multiple charges from her ultimate to keep catching up. Alright, so does seem like Mr. Coolpants' top laner is having some issue. Alright, spectator client, please don't troll me. Oh my lord. Mr. Coolpants, if you're watching this, go on to Facebook so we can talk about this. Why do top laners all have shitty internet? That's a great question. He doesn't actually live 100 miles away. He lives like half an hour, 40 minutes. He's a UVa student. He's a part-time student. And he commutes to go to class. Yeah, so a little bit unfortunate, but he is indeed undergrad.
A summoner has reconnected.
Well, 15-minute pause. We're working on it. Blur wasn't there. Oh, hey, Dippy, how are you? Thanks for watching this. I'm sorry that there's really not that much to watch right now, obviously, but one of the players is having internet problems where he lives, and apparently this is the first time as well. We want to see Sona get wrecked. Why are you guys such Sona haters? She's a pretty cool champion. Alright, so bare naked laners, their top laner hasn't been able to reconnect yet. I mean, he has reconnected, but apparently he's sitting at 300 ping. They are going to use, or they're going to try to find a solution within the first 15 minutes, but if they aren't able to find a solution, we might actually need to push the game back and have it at 4 p.m., which would kind of suck, all things considered. But at this point, it's better than having players play on super high ping. You guys really hate Sona, jeez. Oh, talk about the Poppy rework. I do think the Poppy rework is actually very strong. Let's look at her champion statistics, actually. I don't think her stats are very good, but her ability to stop dashes is something that people don't realize how ridiculously super duper, like, broken it is. Her damage, even when she goes very heavy bruiser, is also ridiculous. Her ability to peel is hard to master, but incredibly effective. Like, I actually think Poppy is a well-balanced but a very strong champion right now. Her win rate is hovering, it's very, very low though. It's like 46%. So, you know, what's probably going to happen is she's going to get buffed, end up being super overpowered, and yeah. Why don't you just dedicate Lancers for the LCS? Of course. Maybe if I ask to ride really, really nicely, they'll let us use the tournament client. But then again, the tournament client is also over the minute, so we're effed. Does the Poppy ability stop dashes like the Callista ult? That is a great question. I've actually seen a really weird animation. Yeah, I've seen some pretty buggy stuff as far as Poppy is concerned. That's actually super funny. I do think Poppy does have some bugs. Like, new champions generally do have some bugs, so it's not to be unexpected, I guess, but it is an issue. And I'm surprised her win rate is this low, because I definitely think she's much stronger than people recognize. Let's look at in high elo rank play. He's also most melee champions, unless they're egregiously broken, like Darius, for example, are hard to learn, especially if they're laning melee champions, such as Poppy. So strange. Her statistics are, like, abysmal. The HSL Winter Tourney playoffs are actually going to happen in January, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not talking about Sun, I'm talking about Poppy. Yeah, if that answers your question. HSL, the finals are going to be, or the playoffs, I guess, are happening over, like, after Christmas, since Hearthstone is what we're running right now. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. My favorite skin in the game? Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, I actually love the Tristana skin, the new one. How does this come up every time I've casted for the past 4 games in a row? Anyway, the Tristana skin, the new Tristana skin is adorable, and I don't have the RP to buy it. Otherwise, like, I won't even play Tristana until I buy the skin. I don't even like Tristana, but I'm gonna play the crap out of her just because she's so nice. Like, it's just adorable. The dragon is to die for. Yeah, it's really kawaii. Yeah, I don't think Sona's weak right now. And she's also so easy. Does the winter of the tournament get Triumphant Rise? Yes, sir. This is it. The HSL is... Oh, okay. Just a heads up. Blur wasn't there to talk about a different tournament that I cast. Just so we're clear. But the winter... Both the League Finals and the HSL Finals are going to be officially Riot-sponsored tournaments, which means there are RP prizes as well as first place gets the Victorious Rise or whatever. You can cast Hearthstone for HSL. Yep, that's... Yeah, I do cast for them. And actually, fun fact about Hearthstone, Blizzard recently posted applications. Like, they want open applications for casting the Hearthstone Tour. Alright, so we got 2 more minutes just about. Oh, man. Hey, top 4 is random generate team, but of course I got level 14 support. Oh, that sucks. Oh, really? That's so funny.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, boy. If the pause goes over 15 minutes, my computer starts burning alive, and the UVa LCS is cancelled. Alright, so what I've been told is that holy crap. So apparently, by the way, I don't mind if there's donger spam. Donger spam would be more entertaining than what's going on right now, so feel free to spam all you want. Apparently the top laner of the Bare Naked Laners is driving to his friend's house who lives 5 to 10 minutes away, which is why he DC'd, and hopefully his friend has better internet than he does, and we can actually get this game going. Yeah, I heard about the cave too. Oh, one of the other prizes that I wanted for the LCS was, and we could definitely still do it, is custom mouse pads with like a little bit of a logo, or like UVa LCS All Split 2015 champions for whoever wins the split. Yeah, that'd be a great place to host the Nova Finals. Clickety clack with this chant, I spam and spam to the chat. Spam, boys. I want to see all your best spam, your original spam, your original memes. Oh, wait. Dippy, where's your school again? Hold on. FHPS? You live in Nova? FPHS. Fairfax? No, that's not. Oh, Forest Park. Oh, I'm retarded. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I definitely knew that. I'd just forgotten. Yeah, you guys should go to UVA or to Nova, I guess. Just grow the Virginia League of Legends community in general. I actually don't know where Forest Park High School is. It has been 15 minutes. The Bare Naked Laners have been given extra time to let their top laner drive to a friend's house. Which, you know, yeah. It's not the best situation, but we're dealing with it. Unpause or right? I can't even unpause it, guys. What I can do you guys want me to play Hearthstone or something? What other ways we could possibly burn time right now? I'm pausing right now would be a little bit BM. Alright, I'm playing some Hearthstone. Let's go. Or I could play some over. Just kidding, the servers are down. RIP Overwatch servers. Sing for us. Watch another Twitch stream. Then if I watched a Twitch stream on stream and the stream played band music, then 30 minutes would be 30 minutes of the audio would be cut, so no thanks. 1v1 Lee Sin, Deep Goody. I can't play Overwatch. The servers are down right now. Alright, so the proverbial McDonald's Wi-Fi haven should be just a few minutes. What deck do you guys want me to play? I haven't played Hearthstone in a couple weeks. I don't want to sing for you guys. If I need to cast, I need to preserve my voice. Talk about next semester? What about next semester? Like life or what's happening next semester? Pricing for the teams? I've already talked about all of that. We've got headsets, mice, keyboards, swag, RP, Triumph and Rise. We have secret stuff that I'm not going to talk about. We've got, for anyone who doesn't know, the winner of the Fall LCS can choose to not play during the Spring Split. And then the Spring finalists and the Fall finalists play against each other to compete for the chance to qualify for the Inter-Virginia LCS. Talk about the Riot internship. I have no idea about the Riot internship, honestly. Talk about the laptop. I mean, the internship, I have an interview on the 5th of January, and it's the first interview just with one lady who works at Riot. And then I've got another that's over the phone. And if I do well in that, there's another phone interview with multiple people. Interview a random person. You guys have the worst suggestions of all times. Laptop for finals. Alright, I don't really know what to do with the laptop right now. To be honest. Talk about how my day's been going. Alright, inflation. You're banned for making one of the worst puns I've ever seen. GTFO. See you, nerd. Okay. Dude, people are going to be so salty if I give a $1,500 laptop to a player because he was considered the best player. Like, that's...
A summoner has reconnected.
Oh, someone's reconnected. So we might actually have... We might have made it through. Inflation, I'm sorry, man. I don't value that low level of pun. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, my laptop is broken and I do really need a new laptop, but I would never just straight up take a laptop without asking people first. Giving it to the first place team, like, I don't know. The laptop itself is worth the entire value of, like, what first place is gonna get, pretty much. How HSO at Rocket League, dude, I don't even know if anyone plays that game anymore. It was super fun, but it was all a fad. Cut the laptop into fifths. That is a great idea, Archon. That actually, you know, I was thinking that's the King Solomon kind of thinking I need. Let's talk it out, negotiable. Dude, you keep making these puns. Do you think I'm gonna unban you? It's not gonna happen. Yeah, the laptop is worth so much money. Like, I just don't really know what to do with it. Although each of the headphones is apparently valued at $300 a piece, so the laptop and the headphones are worth the same. Oh my goodness! All right, I'm playing some Hearthstone. Screw this. Actually, I wonder what happens once the game goes down within 9 minutes. I guess we'll find out. Game capture. Hearthstone boys, hell yeah. Congratulations, we are now watching the UVA Hearthstone Finals. Simu's at rank 20 with his Murloc deck. Oh snap, let's do this. Oh, unpause automatically, alright. Neil, you're about to get crushed. By my Murlocs. If Karuna has to go at 4, couldn't you just play your other top laner then? Ugh, this hand sucks. Playing Paladin against my Murloc? Seriously? That's so tryhard. I know they all have Rocket League teams, but the thing is people aren't really watching it or playing it anymore. Like, I know... I don't know, it's just not gonna work. Dude, I can't 1v1 you because then I leave the game, you doofus. Alright, let's see what we gotta work with here. Neil, if you ghost me on stream, I'm reporting you. Good lord. This is taking the UVa LCS pause beam to a whole new level. I really hope he doesn't muster here. But he's Paladin and it's on curve, so of course it's good. Ah, there you go. There you go. The good thing is he's an idiot and went for my non-Murloc. Dude, you don't know what Murlocs are? What's wrong with you? Alright, you know what? Let's do it. The face is the place, boys. There's only one way to go, and that's into his face. Oh no, Jesus. Wait. Okay. I was gonna say, if he didn't do that properly, I would have laughed. Oh, kill me. Give me something good. That's actually pretty good. I'll take that. I don't like that though. That's not good. I'm so screwed. If they put their original... Yes, they will get their bans back. Yeah, because Bare Naked Laners is causing the delay now. They're going to... the bans are... I've already told the captains that the Bare Naked Laners lose their... Or I guess the Seasons Creators regain their ban privileges. I do agree, it is way more interesting. Let's go face. No bans for anyone? No, that would be so lame. Everyone will get their bans back is what's gonna happen. Good lord. Just let me smork you. Smork. Smork. Ooh. Smork is strong in this one. Ooh. Smork is very, very strong in this one. I actually don't know if I want to play that there. But whatever. If I draw into Blue Go Warrior or Old Merkai, I think I just win. Unless he draws some kind of... That's... Okay, I probably lose now. I'm not even gonna bother. I used my owl already. I'll use a try-hard deck then. We've got 4 minutes till the spas runs out. Alright, so apparently the top laner is loading in with playable ping. So, we might actually start soon. Hopefully. Which means that I need to kill this kid. Easy peasy, real quick, lemon squeezy. Come on, give me that innervate. Turn on innervate. Shade. No. This is League of Legends 2.0. Riot develops it. League of Legends 2. Sorry, but maybe you just haven't played League of Legends 2. It's kind of different. This is actually what's going on. Actually, you can't see. The stream is... Ta-da! Yes, I'm trying to entertain. Trying not to fall asleep. This is why you're ranked 20. Oh my god, he swears and then he FFs. I never played WoW actually. Growing up, I didn't get to play many video games, like, at all really. So I played Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon. I'm really interested in WoW though. Like, I would love to play it, as well as StarCraft. You know, 10 years after these games are popular, I really want to play them. It's because it's like really cool. Alright, boys. Come on, load up. So, the third and final match between Neely Draco 94 and Seamoose taking place. Neely Draco is going to be running Warrior, which is actually a horrible matchup up against Druid, so I have no idea what he's thinking. Then again, I really don't know what Neely is thinking anyway, so it's nothing really new. Obviously, Hearthstone, you know, this is Hearthstone. The matchup Warrior and Druid. If this is straight up Control Warrior, then Draco is in a bit of a pickle unless he can get through the early game and avoid most of the ramp that the Druid is going to provide. On the other hand, if this is some crazy, aggro warrior and he plays... Oh boy. Please, God. Okay. Interesting that he coined out Armorsmith. Oh, I did play RuneScape secretly while my parents didn't know. Dude, those were the days. I remember fishing all the time. And I also got flamed. That's like... I remember IRC chats is basically where I learned how to swear. Good times. Oh, we might actually never get the, figure out who wins, Draco or I. Alright, well, if he has the axe, I'm kind of in trouble anyway. No! Alright, we're good. Hearthstone out. League of Legends in. Let's do this. I'll tell you my battle tech later. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, League of Legends, welcome back. We are finally ready to go, and holy cow, it feels like it's been a while. But just in time. If any of you have just joined us or forgotten what the heck is going on, this is the Bare Nicolators taking on the Season's Greeters. This is the first game of the night, and for some odd reason, I'm getting pretty crappy FPS now. Right, let's kill you. FPS, please get better. Alright, here we go. Why am I watching the stream? What school is this? What game is this? Slayers? Oh god. A walk of shame. I really hope that was a one-time thing. Oh, a nice hook onto Scrubber Duck, and the Flay too. That's a lot of damage onto Scrubber Duck. That's the issue here with Sona. She is very, very squishy. Botox is in the area, and a gank actually happening in the top lane. Porostar going to be okay, though. And now Botox is looking for the gank here. Scrubber Duck is going to get hit by the knockup. Might need to flash away. Exhaust onto Botox. Flash in. Scrubber Duck gets hit by the zap. He doesn't have his flash available. First blood over to Barcode Guardian. That is the Season's Greeters getting the first kill of the game. Alright. League of Legends. Now, Kaiser getting hit by the Sonic Wave, but that's not going to be a kill. No Summoner's Burned as well. Kaiser is very low, though, and doesn't have mana either, so I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to stay in this lane. Jeez, you guys really hate the Sona pick. My goodness. I mean, it's not meta, but still, at this level of play, I feel like comfort is more important than meta. Anyway. So with that, the Season's Greeters have 500, 600 gold advantage. Not anything too significant, and it also went in the support Thresh, which is generally not where you want it to go. You rather have it on the carry, but that's still very, very good. It means you can buy early mobility boots or early Sightstone. Wow, Scrubber Duck is so aggressive. This is a trait of Scrubber Duck, and whichever lane he plays, especially when he gets Sona, he plays so aggressively, but he doesn't tend to play cautiously enough to supplement that sometimes. You see there's no ward, and he is going to go put a ward in now, but he already died to a gank from Botox on that Zac. And even if he wants to play aggressive, he needs to make sure that he can do that without getting himself killed. That being said, though, How to Win 1-on-1 still has the gold advantage, or at least the minion advantage, I should say. Let's see how well Water Squirrel is able to hit those. Oh, boy. How to Win almost dashed into that hook. That would have been a little bit unfortunate. However, he does make it out. And Bare Nicolators bot lane is still pushing 24/7. Alright, so let's look at a different lane. Actually, nope, we're going to stay at the bot lane because there's a Lee Sin coming. Looking to maybe go through the lane or go through the river. No, actually deciding not to gank at all. We will see a ping out. Botox looking to gank Mr. Coolpants 17, and Mr. Coolpants does not know he's there. So if Kaiser can land this charm, Or maybe Botox decides to go in for it anyway, but Rush is in the area, so we might see a 2v2 fight. And there's the gank. Mr. Cool Pants flashes away. And here's Rush, 2v2 in the mid lane. Mr. Cool Pants without his flash, and Rush gets eaten by both hits of the orb from Kaiser's Ari. And actually, that's just going to be it. So successful gank again by Botox, managing to get the flash from the mid laner of the Bare Nickel laners. And now Energy Rush looking for another gank. Kaiser is going to be able to dodge away from the Q. And once again, Kaiser staying alive in the face of the enemy gank. And oh, nice hook onto How to Win 101. Takes a lot of damage, but Wild Squirrel is super, super low. Forced to heal exhaust. Turret shot onto How to Win 101. And he needs to flash away. Summoner exchange 1-for-1, but still in favor, or 2-for-1, I should say. But in favor of the Season's Greeters, I would think. The AD carry's flash is so very vital, especially when you have so much engaged potential from this Thresh. Yeah, I do question what Zach is building, especially because he went for the mana item and Hunter's Potion, which mana is not necessary on Zach, and the Hunter's Potion is kind of a bad item in general, but okay. It is definitely a next level build. Whether or not that level is a good level, I don't know. So Slayer's in the area. Rush doesn't have his ultimate yet. Poor Star does. However, pretty low as far as this Narbar is concerned. The thing about Lee Sin is that he is a champion that's not incredibly strong at farming the jungle. But you really do... You'd prefer to get your ultimate as soon as you can just because it makes his ganks that much stronger. It's kind of an interesting conundrum. See how well Slayers is able to last hit under turret here. Not hitting too much. Oof. Takes a brick as well. Boro Star. How much damage does Boro Star do? A full combo would probably reduce MMA very, very low. And honestly, after the first build, we haven't seen too much action. Well, that's not true. We've seen a lot of action, but nothing actually happening from it. Botox now into ball lane, looking to get the engage. That's a great jump onto Scrubber Duck. Scrubber Duck taking a huge amount of damage, flashes away, but goes down anyway. And this Sona pickup, not what really Scrubber Duck wanted. And it's really paid off for the Season's Greeters to continuously camp this bottom lane. Sona 0-2 and 0, 2 kills for the Greeters, and now Energy Rush trying to make something happen, but they would be 2v2, and Wild Squirrel and Code Guardian are still fairly high health. So who knows what's going to go on here. Energy Rush, he lands the Q, he goes in, that's a flay out. Barco Guardian forced to flash, and Cool Pants is caught out. He doesn't have his flash anymore, so does he go down here? I think he might. That's the heal. That's not going to be enough, though. Kaiser picks up the kill, and the ult onto XX Slayer's MMA. A huge amount of damage. He takes the Q from the Mega Nard just for good measure. Does not go down, however. But this is now 3 kills over. Botox on this Zac has provided a huge amount of jungle presence pretty much all over. Looking to gank this top lane. They might feel comfortable enough to dive since Slayers is so damn low. That's going to be the taunt onto Poor Star. The flash away from Slayer's MMA. Double flash Botox and Poor Star, securing that kill. And that's Season's Greeters now, 4-0. And this is starting to look like yesterday, where the first seeded team just had a huge advantage. I'm not sure if this is going to snowball to the point that the Season's Greeters just take this game easily, but the Bare Naked Laners need to make an adjustment now, because they have fallen behind in every lane already. Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Kaiser. Mr. Cool Pants taking no damage in return. Kaiser in trouble now. Energy Rush is looking for the kill as well. Are they going to die? That's the ward hop. Energy Rush wasn't able to land the Q. Let's get that target frame back up just so we see the cooldowns. And good to go. So Kaiser managing to still stay safe. We see Bomby Cinder completed for Botox. Energy Rush. Oh boy, don't take that Q, buddy. Oh, he took it! This might be a huge mistake. Smite taken by Botox, and now Energy Rush needs to get out. He does have flash, he does have his kick, Botox chasing, and so's Gnar. Energy Rush takes a huge amount of damage, and he's going to get ulted. That's a Shadow coming down. He flashes away, but is it going to be enough? He is still alive. Meanwhile, Kaiser and Mr. Coolpants fighting. Kaiser going to take that Spirit Rush to get out of there. A Jinx ultimate coming in, and it's going to hit Rush. This is now a 5th kill over for the Seasons greeters. And the Seasons are indeed being greeted. Holy moly. Bare Naked Laners. I wonder why Rush would play so aggressively. Especially because he knew Botox was taking that red buff. That was questionable. Bare Naked Laners. This is not the start they wanted, and Seasons greeters have come out full thrusters, full throttle. And even with a substitute top laner, their top laner has gotten into the action as well. This is very, very good for them. 2,500 gold now, more or less. Off of 5 kills, they haven't taken any turrets yet, but if they are able to, they will be able to snowball that gold even farther in their advantage. Might be looking to steal some enemy buffs as well. Botox, oh, he's going to see Rush doing this, and he's 2 levels above Rush, so Rush couldn't fight this, but actually Botox, figuring it's not worth risking the 2v1, and just backs off. How to win 1-on-1 has been able to keep a CS advantage in this bottom lane, though, so that is good. And actually, Mr. Coolpants, both bot and mid have had a CS advantage, but now Kaiser completed his Frost Queen's game, looking to gank. Scrubber Duck taking a lot of damage, gets hit by the hook, gets hit by the rocket, and that is a 0-3 Sona. You know, I don't think the Sona pick was bad, but apparently all of you guys in chat definitely think so, and maybe you are right. Top lane turret we saw was at basically a 3rd health. Been taking a beating from the Gnar. An Energy Rush looking to go on to Barker Guardian. He flays a bit too early, puts down the box. The exhaust coming down, the ultimate finally. Bare Naked Laners are on the board. Mr. Coolpants picking up a kill for himself, getting the shutdown on the Thresh, and actually Rush is going to take this Q. Botox does have his passive still available. The zap coming down, the ultimate onto Rush, and Rush is dead. Squirrel on a killing spree, and someone might want to tell Rush that he is not ahead, and he's actually not the real Rush. Because playing this overly aggressive has only let the Seasons greeters have an even stronger advantage. Mr. Coolpants dodging the charm, but getting hit by the orb. Landing the light binding, gonna land the Lucid Singularity, threads in 1 auto attack. And Slayer's MMA in the top lane is in big trouble right now. He might get ulted, he might get dove, and Poro Star gonna be able to pick up the solo kill. Pops out of there, and the Seasons greeters now 1-8. Without a single structure taken down, they have a very large gold advantage. Scrubber Duck now putting down a pink horde. That's good that they want to make sure that they can have some kind of a gank to come in. Oh boy. The first turret of the game going over to the Seasons greeters. Poor Star able to clear that out. Now we will see Energy Rush on this Lee Sin heading towards the bottom lane, but Wild Squirrel and Barcode Guardian will see him. That's the hook, the flash away from Wild Squirrel. Mr. Coolpants gonna land the binding, gonna land the ultimate, gonna stay alive, but Kaiser staying alive as well. No global damage from the Bare Naked Laners otherwise, so I think Kaiser will be okay. And they do force Mr. Coolpants' summoners out without forcing any of their own, so technically that gank was still pretty good. Energy Rush now. Oh, goodbye. Alright, Leo, aka Rush, when you watch this VOD, just know that my Lee Sin isn't a super feeder. So don't say that you dedicate that Lee Sin game to me and then go and feed. That just disrespects me, man. Come on. You know, while Botox doing his best James Bond impression with that 007 now, Seasons greeters feeling comfortable enough to go for this. There is no member of the Bare Naked Laners around the dragon, so that is an easy pickup for the greeters. Okay, Flub Flash from Poor Star. Don't know what that was about. I don't actually know if any of you guys caught that as Flash is on cooldown, but that's probably not going to be a huge problem. This Twitch chat has just been entirely on Sona hate. Yeah, the Sona really hasn't done well, though. But the Lee Sin hasn't done well either. Bare Naked Laners as a whole, you know, the game isn't over yet, but they have not had a good performance. Poor Star now might be in trouble. They do have a ward on him, so we will see. Can he dodge the Q? He does, and hops over Rush. Holy crap, though. The flash in. Poor Star doesn't have his flash, but he's looking for the kill onto Rush. Gets the kill on a killing spree. Is he going to 2v1 Mr. Coolpants here? He's about to have Meganar. That's the E from Botox, and that is another kill over to the Season's Greeters. Poor Star outplaying Rush and Mr. Coolpants 2v1. And for those of you familiar with the LCS lore, Poor Star used to play for the Bare Naked Laners, and he's the Season's Greeter sub in this case. So outplaying the Bare Naked Laners' two best members 2v1 is really, really impressive. Oh man, that's another turret going over to the Season's Greeters. 3 turrets and Dragon in their favor. They've only died one time. They've gotten 11 kills of their own. Sona is dying because of Sona. Lee is dying because he's killing himself. Yeah, this is, oh, flash taunt, but Poor Star is about to get Megadar. Can he get the ultimate? He does! He's gonna get the stun, he's gonna get the lockdown, and Poor Star on a rampage. The flash in from Barcode Guardian. How to win 1-on-1. Gonna get hit by the hook. Is he gonna take it? He is. The Flay coming down, and Kaiser gets a kill onto Scrubber Duck in the meantime. Botox gets a kill onto How to Win, and this is now a 1-14 game. The gold is 7,000 in favor of the Season's Greeters. We're not even at the 20-minute mark. And the Greeters are looking like they're the team to beat if we see them in the finals. But this is literally the exact same situation we saw compared to last game, where Ed Sheeran's fan club in the first game against their opponents just absolutely stomped them. Wow, this, I'm not really sure what the Bare Naked Laners can do to come back here, to be honest. Mr. Coolpants can provide a decent amount of wave clear. You know, Lux is generally a champion that does provide a good amount, but not when she's this far behind. The damage she does to the minions is... I think she can probably one-shot castaways, but not the melee minions. And Rush is going for the Scuttle Crab, but he's going to get cut out now. Can Poor Star land the Hyper? He does. That's the slow. The knockback is going to miss, and Rush doesn't have flash, now doesn't have ult, and doesn't have a life. That's Poor Star unstoppable. And probably good old Rift Herald going down to the Season's Greeters. There are a lot of things that the Bare Naked Laners must be asking themselves. And, yeah, okay. I was about to ask, did they get that Herald? Nope. The ultimate from Lux not going to be able to seal it away, and Kaiser picking that up now, so this siege is going to be much, much stronger than mid lane. Wild Squirtle, excuse me, has his Zeal completed and his Infinity Edge, and is level 9, so he's going to have his max range on his rockets for the siege. The Charm is going to miss, and remember, these mini Baroned Up minions don't actually have the resistances of regular Baroned Up minions, so the wave does die pretty quickly, but that is the culling used already by How to Win. So, most likely we'll see the Season's Greeters continue to siege here, and now Slayer's 1v1ing Poor Star, but Poor Star is 2 levels above Slayer's. I think Slayer was expecting Energy Rush to go for the gank, but Rush is here, but so is Botox. Ultimate used by Botox, hopping onto Energy Rush, and Energy Rush taking a huge amount of damage. And he's probably... No, dodged the stun here. I have no idea why my frames are still super low. Botox going for the dive. He does have his passive. Might be popped here. Oh, nice dodge of that ultimate. Really sick play from the Season's Greeters jungler. Ultimate onto Kaiser, but Kaiser's going to be able to pick up the kill onto Scrubber Duck anyway. And I'm pretty sure, guys, this is one of those situations where it's looking like the Bare Naked Laners don't have much gas left in the tank anyway. Since we were having such low frames, I'm really quickly going to just try and adjust my league settings a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't completely kill the broadcast. I don't think it should. League of Legends, please. But anyway, we do see that the members of the Season's Greeters have grouped up from the mid lane. Hello? Alright, there we go. No kills happened in the meantime, so we didn't miss anything. And our frames are still at 44. Goodness gracious, please. What's going on? I just got a new graphics card too, so I have no idea why this is being so low. Well, hopefully we'll get that fixed for next game at least. Wild Squirrel. Ooh. No? Botox? Alright. Wild Squirrel forced to flash away there. However, even with their 80 carry flash list, the Season's Greeters are still in prime position to take this game. Dragon number 2 is about to respawn, and that's probably going to be easily taken away by SG. Yeah, there's no chance for Rush or any of the other Bare Naked Laners to try and steal this dragon away. So here we are, 22 minutes in. 9,000 gold lead. Frost Queen's claim active, used by Kaiser. Dodges away from the Lucent, or not the Lucent Singularity, the Light Binding. While the Squirrel hasn't caught up to the rest of his team just yet, and Botox is actually about at half HP. Considering Zek is fairly tanky and can regen himself, I think he'll be okay. Well, I will say that Season's Greeters have played very well, but Bare Naked Laners also played super aggressive for no reason. UVa buff secured now by Kaiser, and Kaiser gonna go in, actually very risky. Doesn't have Zonias yet, but he's gonna be able to go back out. Botox now jumping in, the hook is gonna miss. And considering only 3 members of the Season's Greeters were in the area, that was kind of YOLO. Very aggressive, but they're gonna be able to dive in and dive out just as easily. And because there have been 2 lanes being split pushed right now, the 1-3-1 for the Greeters, Wild Squirrel is going to be able to pick up this bot lane turret. Mr. Cool Pants. Oh man, meanwhile, Scrubber Duck has gone down again. 0-6-0. He has not had a good Sona game. And speaking of not having good games, 0-4-0 for XX Slayers MMA on this Shen pickup. What? I totally compliment. Oh, Kaiser gonna be hit by the mining, and that's actually gonna be a kill over to the Bare Naked Laners. Their second kill of the game. Energy Rush looking for it. He lands the Q. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Flash away. Nice play from Barker Guardian. Is it enough though? I don't know if it is. Rush flashes for the E, but doesn't land it. And now Barker Guardian gonna be caught out here. There's no way to escape this. That's the Dragon's Rage kick from Rush, and a third kill over to the Bare Naked Laners. But at this point, it's probably too little, too late. How to Win gonna dash into Botox, and Botox doing huge damage. The rocket gonna land. How to Win trying to kite back. Botox does a lot of damage, but is it gonna be enough? Wildest Turtle now, or Wildest Squirrel gets shut down. And this is Botox getting shut down as well, so the Bare Naked Laners still fighting. They're behind 8,000 gold, but they're pinging this Baron out, and all 5 members are remaining, so maybe they go for this play. No, they actually don't feel confident enough to go for it, which I can't necessarily say I blame them. They're just so far behind. The chat reactions to these kills. It's kind of funny though, considering I don't think anyone... Okay, no one expected yesterday's games to be this much of a stomp, and I don't think anyone expected this game to be this much of a stomp, right? Sure, the Season's Greeters are good, but are they this much better than the Bare Naked Laners? They certainly seem to be that way so far. However, Bare Naked Laners still could come back. At this point, they have closed the gold gap a little bit. It's only about 9,000 right now, which, you know, 25 minutes in is still a monster difference to climb, but oh boy. Let's see. Kaiser now in trouble, might be forced to ult away. Yep, does ult, but actually Leo's still going for it. Leo gonna get charmed and gonna get hooked and gonna go down. Yes, that's a kill. Shutdown now. And the Jinx Rocket coming out. That's a shutdown for the Season's Greeters, but they're not done yet. XX Slayers MMA gonna get ulted up. Huge ultimate from Porostar. The taunt out, and the Bare Naked Laners are just trying to run as fast as they possibly can. Botox gets slain, but Porostar still on the chase. He's gonna hop in, and that's actually a 2 for 2. Pretty reasonable trade for the Bare Naked Laners, all things considered. But now the members of Season's Greeters may be gonna siege here. Binding onto Porostar, the hook is gonna miss, and actually, Season's Greeters forced to back away. So the Bare Naked Laners still going for it. Critical item to look at is Wild Squirrel has completed his Hurricane, but the thing is, the Season's Greeters actually haven't really team fought. That last fight was kind of messy, and they were really trying to chase the enemies, but if they're not able to really 5v5, the Bare Naked Laners might be able to guerrilla warfare, hit and run to equalize trades and keep this gold lead as even as possible, because of course as the game gets later and later, the gold difference proportionally becomes less and less significant. So I mentioned before that this early into the game, this gold lead is still very, very high, but it is kudos to the Bare Naked Laners that they're still able to team fight decently and trade evenly this far behind. To take a look at this gold advantage though, you can see it is the most, by far the biggest difference is between the top laners. Gnar has a 4,000 gold lead, but even the mid laners and AD carry have 1,000 or 2,000 gold lead. That's, you know, pickaxe, BF sword, needlessly large rod. That is very significant. At least 1,000 gold lead for pretty much everyone except for the junglers, but even then it's like 800. So still, this game very much in favor of the Season's Greeters. The ball is now in their court. The third dragon of the game is going to respawn in just a few moments, and it looks like that's what they're going for to get that Dragon's Flight passive movement speed buff. Let's see what the Bare Naked Laners are able to do. Scrubber Duck uses Frost Queen's Claim. And I'm actually a little bit curious that Mr. Cool Pants didn't go for that item, because it is quite strong on Lux. It's so strong anyway that any champion that builds a decent amount of AP could build it. Shen does not outscale Gnar. The thing about Shen is he has nowhere near the amount of AoE disruption that Gnar has, so Gnar will heavily outscale the Shen. And the outscaling is definitely in favor of the Season's Greeters, and they have Vision of Baron. Let's see, 3 blue trinkets for the Bare Naked Laners have been bought, but all of them on cooldown. However, using the Lux spell to scout out, oh boy, Porostar looking for something, hops in, can he get the stun onto Mr. Coolpants. Mr. Coolpants shut down now, and the rest of the Bare Naked Laners trying to run Kaiser Flash for the kill, double kill over to Botox. Can he get more here? The Zac is back and ready to attack. Botox has done so well in this pickup, which is a pretty peculiar pick, I will say. Charm onto MMA Slayers. The turret has gone down, and Slayers trying to get out as fast as he can. It's not going to be fast enough. And it looks like the Season's Greeters don't want to throw anymore. They finally breach that inhibitor wall, and they might look to end the game here. Mr. Coolpants is up in 15 seconds. Scrubber Duck in less than 10. Energy Rush gets hit by the charm, gets hit by the hook, and he is going to go down. Wildest Squirrel on a rampage, and this first Nexus turret is down. Mr. Coolpants isn't up just yet. It's just Scrubber Duck and How to Win 1-on-1. They need to fight back here if they want to keep this game going, but I don't think they can. How to Win is dead. Mr. Coolpants is up, but the rest of his teammates are dead, and that's the first game over to the Season's Greeters. In less than 30 minutes, they destroyed the Bare Naked Laners.